here. No, that's really what it is. You feel me? It's just one bad act from all going haywire. Everything in the matrix. Well, I didn't know businesses carry themselves like this. Yeah, because nothing but this is how niggas act. You feel me? This is how white crackers and white trash act. This is how Ku Klux Klan, skinheads, and Aryan Nation behave. So it's one bad act from us seeing the reality of the animal kingdom. Am I right? So it's not a reality. It has to be artificially perpetuated in order to have its solid aspects. In order to be maintained as an institution, it has to be maintained. And if anybody fell at their job, you start seeing, wait a minute, we in a jungle. Wait, hold up. So white supremacy is the matrix because it is an illusion that needs us to maintain it and keep it going by believing in it or not activating the aspect of ourselves that dispels all myths and all illusions, where we become the seer. So when I talk about black supremacy, a black supremacist cannot be anything but a black supremacist. A black supremacist cannot be a polygamist. While there's something in black supremacy that may look like polygamy, it ain't polygamy, it's black supremacy. Because we're not trying to maintain a construct of polygamy or construct of celibacy or construct of this or that. We are doing what the black supremacist meditation calls for us to do in remanifesting the divine reality of who we are on this planet today. So in that supreme state of mind and centeredness, right thought arises in each individual. In each individual, right thought arises that leads to right action. Right advice manifests from being around right people. You feel me? Right insight, right understanding based upon black supremacist meditation. So we ain't got to worry about all those particular and byproducts of something that should be going right. That's like we cook a meal and we didn't burn up the food and now we worry about, well, how do we fix the food? If we cooked right, you understand what I'm saying? Then the food comes out right. We don't have to go and say, I'm a burnt food fixer. That's an unnecessary job. Go back to the source. Get the source right, the food comes out right. You don't have to say, I'm married or I'm in a marriage or any of this. When you come in a divine consciousness, your significant other is unavoidable, inescapable. The similarities and the synchronicity of the vibration of entities is unavoidable. Any fool could see that. Do you understand? Only the illusion needs to be maintained. The illusion needs to work. Reality doesn't need any work. Don't cut your grass and watch. See if the grass needs you to grow. The illusion needs your work. Reality does not need any work. Reality has no homework. The homework comes in finding out what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? So once you come into supreme black consciousness, you cannot become conscious and not become conscious of everything, including relationship, mates, diet. All of this comes from divine mind, right? If you got amnesia, you ain't gonna know what the hell to do. Don't even try. Just work on getting rid of the amnesia. Am I right? If you got a memory problem, I don't care what you're trying to remember. It ain't gonna work. Get you some Jingle Biloba. Get your memory going right. Black supremacy is the antidote to get the mind functioning right. To centralize consciousness within the entity so that the perceptions are crystal clear about what they should be doing and what really exists. It's like what should happen when you smoke ganja. They say you smoke ganja because you want to see the truth. Right? You want to wake up and see things as real, as reality. That's why people smoke weed. It's only temporal though. They $10 from not having that experience. But what's supposed to happen with ganja is what happens with black supremacy meditation. Where it is not an artificial or a dependent, codependent state of seeing reality. Because smoking weed is codependent. You need this substance to see reality. But you don't need anything to see reality because you were born with everything that you need to see what is real. So there's nothing external that you really need. While, once again, the things that are external can be the bus that leads you to the train. You follow? But the train is the train of thought that will lead you to your destination. So while marijuana can open up some things in you, you cannot arrive purely off marijuana. It will be temporal. But you can become aware through marijuana of where you need to arrive to. Do you feel me? And once you become aware of where you need to arrive to, you don't need the marijuana anymore. Once your third eye is open, you know what having the third eye open feels like, right? So you should be able to what? Go in and make this happen. Enlightened entities can do this on their own. So if you have had a real experience of smoking marijuana, then you know my third eye is open. You should be able to make that happen now on your own. If you've been approaching that right, if you haven't been approaching it right, you have been using it like a pharmaceutical or a narcotic. You have not been using it as a shaman. You follow? Or a healer. You have not been using it as a seer, because if you use it as a seer, then you understand what seeing is. Right? If you have not been using it as a seer, then you don't know what seeing is, and you don't even know what the hell why you're still smoking weed. It's just mood altering. It's for temporal change. It's to temporarily alter one's paradigm. That is not awakening. That is not coming into grand enlightenment. Temporary altering your paradigm. Enlightenment is the grand altering of your paradigm. Do you follow? It is the ultimate altering of your paradigm. That's a reality. So, once you come into this Black Supreme Enlightenment, you will now have an understanding of situations and circumstances that are happening on a daily basis that you could not read 1,000 books fast enough to get that type of intuitive understanding of what the hell is going on. Do y'all hear me? It is an accelerated understanding of things that are happening. That's why I said you become a prophet or a prophetess through Black supremacy. Because now the information and the clarity on things is coming from a different source than outside information. And it's happening quickly. Then you start having all these synchronistic experiences. And everything's lining up. You know what people are going to say before they say it. You know who's coming today. Everything that you're talking about, you're walking up on people they're already talking about. Like, damn, I'm just talking about that. People call you, asking you questions that you were just internally having dialogues about. This type of synchronistic experiences begin to happen. Because your mind is awakened. Your mind is on that Black Supremacy Consciousness meditation. That's different from a religion. That's different from a religion that creates these particular guidelines. That's all austerity. Some people need them, but some people will be trapped at those austere places. For example, I can tell you to become a vegetarian because I know this will create discipline for you to become a vegan. I can give you these austere sexual practices and exercises to help cultivate a certain level of discipline in you. But you can get stuck there. Do you follow what I'm saying? And not get to the enlightenment. Because once Black Supremacy Consciousness is awakening to you, it'll start giving you the right and divine ideas about what to do. You understand what I'm saying? And this will be happening on its own naturally. And it may seem outside of austerity. You might be you might not have never drank alcohol in your life. And then some tell you that you need to go drink that. You need to go drink this whiskey. You're going to see something. Just drink this whiskey right now. You understand what I'm saying? That would be against the austerities of you should not drink alcohol, you should not do this. But you're not going to become an alcoholic. You follow? Because you are doing what you are doing out of Black Supreme Consciousness. It is guiding you to do this, that, and the other. You know that sometimes what happens throughout the day, It seems like sometimes you're being guided to do things that turned out perfect, that you didn't know why you did it, but it was in a perfect course of action to lead to something else that prepared you for something else. That's what Black Supreme Consciousness is like. Your mind and your third eye will be open, or it'll be leading you to certain divine actions that even sometimes may seem out the box. You follow? But may be totally in alignment with the succession of events and occurrences that's bringing forth more black supremacy, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Austerity blocks you from that because it says you don't ever, all you eat is this, you do this. You fast every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? You do this particular yoga posture every day. You do this particular meditation every day. And some people just get stuck there in the ritual. And they never get to a point where they're being nourished from within inside of themselves on what is divine. Do you see what I'm saying? They're totally locked in a fourth dimensional prison of what to do. And they can get higher insight on greater things to do, but they will be afraid to even step into that uncertainty because they're used to always acting in this particular austerity, this particular ritual. It's a reality. They don't have deeper knowledge. They're not open to deeper knowledge. So what am I saying? I'm saying that once the austerities, yes, be a vegan, be a vegetarian. The austerity may be celibacy for you at this point. That's what may arise for you. Those may be the austerities to cut out all of the noise that's going on in your life. Follow. If you're eating some of anything and everything and anything that arrives, that's just noise. That's not just that it's a bad diet. It's just too much noise in your space. So you need to become a vegan real quick. You feel me? Or a vegetarian to cut the noise out so you can listen. Do you hear what I'm saying? You can't listen if you're just doing any and everything. This austerity may be cut the TV off, cut the internet off. Don't never cut the internet off for a year. Why? Not because that you could not use the internet as a seer, that you could not watch TV as a seer, because the way you are doing it has become very noisy. So you must go through an austerity to clear and cleanse your mind so that you can reapproach these things. You follow? From a black supreme mind and consciousness. The average individual lives in a very noisy space. Everything they do, they eat whatever they want, whatever thoughts jump into their head, whether it's from Satan, Lucifer, or Beelzebub. It jumps in their head, they do it. This is what I want to do today. This is what I want to do today. It's noisy. I want to eat this today. I'm going to eat lamb today, frog tomorrow, snake tomorrow, lizard tomorrow. They have a noisy life. And I know I'm equating the quality of sound with experience. But I'm saying your experiences could be noisy. So noisy that you're doing so much, and everything you're looking at, you don't see what the fuck is going on. That's because it's so noisy. So you go to austerity to silence yourself in these different actions. Too much, they call it too much stimulation. Just too much. So you silence it and you make your actions more simplistic, more singular-minded. You do that just to kind of narrow things, to open you up. But once you open up, then you can pick from the noise. You're not just lost in the noise. You can hear the sounds in the noise now.